Hello, this is Karen from the Path of She, and I've taken you to this wonderful alder grove on Salt Spring Island to talk about the Path of She's soul lessons for Imbolc. Now, if you look at the land around us right now, you can see that the trees are still very much in their winter bare state. And the land or nature very much is still in the grip of winter, or so it appears, if we just use our eyes to look around. But if we use our ears and we listen, there's a new sound, and that is the sound of this beautiful running water, these lovely natural waterfalls. And this tells us that the land is thawing, that winter is thawing. In our time of year, the rains are starting to increase. And we get this flow on Salt Spring Island this time of year. We get this overflow of water, these busy, noisy creeks at this time of year, which are a wonderful sign that life is moving again, that winter is thawing into spring, and that the darkness is reaching toward the light, and that life is returning, that life will soon be returning to the land. And our human tradition around Imbolc, around February 1st, is Groundhog Day. And on Groundhog Day, the story goes that if the groundhog comes out of their hole and they see their shadow, they run back in, and winter will continue on the land, that winter still has its grip on its land. And that powerful, that symbol, that metaphor is a very, very powerful image for our own soul lessons, our personal journey work at this powerful time of year. And if we take that groundhog story and we take the power and what's going on in nature this time of year, and we turn that back and we look at ourselves, we look at our human process, our human journey of soul, what we realize is that we're not separate from these forces around us, that this quickening, this movement, this shifting that we feel in nature, it actually talks to our soul and it talks to our body. And whatever is stirring in my belly, your belly, our belly, whatever is stirring in our inner darkness, it starts to shift and want to return and reach for life. It wants to come from that darkness and come into our conscious awareness. It wants to come from that darkness and start to grow and blossom in our life. And whatever reaches from the darkness into the light, whatever comes into the light of our consciousness, whatever comes into the light of day, it creates shadow. That light and shadow dance together in our world. And the soul lesson for that is that shadow from a personal journey perspective, shadow from a soul perspective, are those parts of our psyche, our personality, our life story that we push away, that we push into our inner darkness, that we push and we repress, and that keeps hidden. And this can be our personal wounding, it can be the parts of us that we're ashamed about, it can be stories that we've chosen to forget, it can be the many parts of our psyche or our collective humanity that we really just don't want to deal with. And so when the beauty comes in, when the seeds of new growth start to emerge toward the light, they're going to bring that shadow with them, because shadow dances with light, and our beauty dances with our wounding. And are we going to be like the Imbolc, the choices? Are we going to be like the groundhog? Are we going to see that shadow and go back into, shut down what's happening? Are we going to go back into stagnation? Are we going to go back into winter mode? Or are we going to open up? And are we going to honor our shadow and honor our light? Are we going to become someone that understands that these two dance together? These both are part of our life story. These are both part of our human journey. And that the shadow is actually a thing of beauty. It's a natural thing. It's a natural part of life. And that Imbolc, the invitation, is to be like this beautiful creek, to be like these waterfalls, is to not shut down, is to not become stagnant, but to open to flow and movement, open to life unfolding between us, open to whatever wants to come forward in us, opening into our life. And to welcome shadow as part of that dance, to welcome all that needs to come up from the darkness, all the things that are hidden, all the things that want to be in our conscious awareness, all the things that are ready to blossom in our life. And to know that that light and that shadow co-inform that journey. That those are the rich nutrients and compost and energy and stories of our journey of soul. That shadow is a brilliant, beautiful part of this work. Imbolc is a time to invite you to self-awareness, to compassion, to embracing all that you are and all that your life has been, and that whatever emerges at this time of year for you, whatever emerges, to welcome it as your soul work, to welcome it as the ingredients and the richness and the seeds of your new growth, and to become a master at this time of Imbolc, of the dance of light and shadow, in nature, in your own self, in your own story, and to become a person of love and self-acceptance. I'm trying to find the right word for it. Become a person of flow. Become a person who flows with life, who flows with whatever is unthawing with you, that flows with this journey from winter toward spring, from stagnation toward life, toward the blossoming and growth of whatever is emerging for you at this beautiful, powerful moment of Imbolc. These things that are emerging, that are both of the light and of the shadow, that all is beauty, all is life, and all is your journey of soul at this time of Imbolc. So I will just give you a moment before we close this Imbolc soul teaching to just listen to this beautiful creek, to listen to this flow, and to imagine that stirring things inside of you, moving things inside of you, rising things from the shadow into the light, rising toward movement and flow. And to give yourself space and time at this powerful time of Imbolc to really pay attention to those movements, those things that are emerging, this beautiful flow. And whatever comes from your darkness to the light, whatever is of your light and of your shadow and of your beauty and your wounding, make yourself wide and big. Make yourself full of love and self-acceptance and self-compassion. And take that step forward into the new season. Take that step forward towards spring. Take that step forward toward new growth. And I wish you beauty and deep, deep journey work at Imbolc. I wish you a beautiful, powerful, potent dance between your shadow and your light. And I wish you a wonderful and deep and powerful and solid and grounded and loving journey at this time from winter towards spring. However that looks for you, however that emerges for you. And I offer you my love and the love of this beautiful nature setting on Salt Spring Island and the love of the goddess at this potent and powerful time of Imbolc. Blessed be. If you'd like to dive deeper into these powerful Imbolc teachings, please consider the Path of She Book of Sabbats, a journey of soul across the seasons, to further explore the soul lessons that the goddess and nature has for us throughout the yearly cycle of Sabbats and seasons. To buy the Path of She Book of Sabbats, click on the link below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my Path of She channel for more goddess wisdom teachings.